All right, I'm live. All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Wednesday Proud Masculine live stream. Thank y'all for coming in. Remember, hit that like on the way in. Let me fix that. Get a little delay on. I got the YouTube open in another window. Hey, somebody tell me in the chat, please, if I'm coming out blurry on the other side. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It seems like if I go over to YouTube, the screen's very blurry. Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back to the Wednesday Q&A. Thank you, everybody. Hit that like button on the way in. So yeah, a little blurry, huh? I don't know what that's about. It's crystal clear. It goes from StreamYard to YouTube. I don't understand what that's all about. I wonder if it has to match. I don't know what's going on, Beast. It's supposed to be in high def, 1080. Both platforms are set for 1080. I'm gonna have to get with Joel Henry from Sobriety University, the guy who's behind the scenes. Could it be a Wi-Fi? I don't know. Maybe I have a good signal, but why wouldn't it be the same on StreamYard? I wonder. I don't know. Well, we're not going to obsess about that. I'll have Joel take a look at it. He can probably figure it out with the click of a button, whereas it would take me the rest of the stream to figure out how to do that. So we're just going to get right into it, get on with the get on. And so we got Cage Beast, we got DT. Cage Beast always. You're becoming a regular, huh? I love having you on. DT, oh, that's me, Proud Masculine. DT is on. DT in the house. So guys, next week I have a really good guest coming on. Y'all gonna love this. I'm gonna keep it a secret on who it is until he comes in. Trips in the house, present and accounted for, sir. Good to see you, man. And I got to tell y'all today, I am exhausted. I had a long 3 days, last 3 days, just exhausted. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me. I hope I don't look like it, but I took a little nap before I came in. See if that works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this live stream, and then I'm going back to sleep because I got to be up at 5 and go back at it again another day, which is okay. I love it. I really don't mind, but it does take a toll on me. And I cut the shit out of my leg today at work on a job. And so I hope that's not going to be a problem. So look, it's Q&A again. Next week, a few announcements. Have the Patreon still in the works. I have an actual designated studio being under construction where I'm going to have, y'all going to like it, the way it's set up. And it's going to be, I'm going to have a little better quality equipment. I mean, if y'all don't know, I'm sitting behind a laptop that I've owned since 2019. I have a Brio Logitech camera and a Yeti microphone. So I'm going to do some upgrades. And of course, don't let me forget, Super Chat is up and running. I can receive donations. So if you find the content quality and helps you in some kind of way, donate to the channel. Help me out. This will allow me more time to pour into this, and I get to upgrade the equipment and pass it on to the viewers. And it helps me, I get more time to get exposed, and I can attract bigger names here. Like I went out on a limb and reached out. This guy has done TED Talks. He's been on several, very highly watched panels. I'll give you a little hint. He's a fashion expert, a male fashion expert. he's more than just a guy who knows how to dress. He has a whole philosophy built around masculinity and fashion, and how that like the correlation between the two and what that does in all areas of life and the importance of it. Because I think as men, we growing up, we kind of, I mean, unless you had stylish parents, I didn't. My mom put me in anything. I wore secondhand clothes. I was poor growing up, and I would be secondhand clothes and stuff like that, and just nothing ever matched. It's awful when I think about it. But she was doing her best, and at the time as a child, I really didn't give a shit. The point is I grew up without this idea of how to be fashionable, how to dress according to your personality, your overall disposition. And when you can express who you truly are as a person with the way you dress, it communicates so much more about you, and it really puts you in some in a more advantageous position in every walk of life, whether it be social, business, romance, sexuality, like all these things you get to kind of express through your dress. And I see Americans especially have like Cage Beast. He's gay, so he sees a lot of well-dressed men. Mostly. I've seen some gay dudes who dress sloppy, but like they take great pride in their appearance, these men. And I see Americans really don't know how to, yeah, sometimes you're right. I'm not saying everyone, of course. I'm not trying to lay a blanket over every gay person in America, but I mean, if you look at the ordinary middle class, blue collar guy, or even like where I used to live was a very affluent area of Louisiana. And like the men don't know how to dress. It's basic, them bulky looking New Balance tennis shoes with white socks. Sometimes you see the jean shorts or the good old, hanging down to your knees, baggy shorts with some kind of oversized shirt that fits like a damn, fits like a shower curtain. It looks so out of place. The hair's all messed up. It's nobody's looking sharp. Nobody's looking slick. Nobody exudes confidence and awareness. And it's really disappointing to see the fashion. I've dated a European, and she loved the way I dress. Quiet King, what's up, Maine? Where's your accent from? New Orleans, baby. New Orleans, Louisiana. I don't get why am I reading them and not putting them up here? This whole thing is for. Well, that was a guy asking me, where's my accent from? Where you from, Quiet King? I'll tell you what, I've never asked anybody. I know where DT's from. Where are the rest of y'all from? Ace, Cage, Beast, Quiet King, where are y'all from? I don't know any of this. It's kind of selfish of me to not know more about y'all. But it's funny because I know just by the way we interact and the things that were said, I know some pretty quality things about the deeper character. I don't even know where the hell y'all from in the country. Texas. Hot dog. I love Texas. Thought about moving there. I don't get the modern baggy, oversized trend. A lot of people, where at in Texas, Beast? That look three sides. Yeah, I don't get that. I can't see. Like, do you not know what you look like when you're leaving? Or is that just okay? But you see a lot of guys, too, that have this thing where they let their girl dress them. They let their woman dress them. See, I knew it'd either be Southern or Australian. Hey, mate. Good day. I think that's where DT lives, in Australia. Born and raised in Kansas City. Not a Chiefs player. Now living in Independence, Missouri. I just in Missouri earlier this year. And shit. Oh, damn it. We went and did a jiu-jitsu seminar by the Amish. Oh, come on. Oh, well, I'll think of it. Beautiful state. Beautiful state. Dallas. Oh, yeah, you with the highbrows. I got a good friend that lives in Dallas. I'm going to go see him in a few weeks. You up there, you Y'all drink like this. I want your pinky up and y'all drink stuff. Yeah. What he said, Australia or Southern or Australian. I don't want to get the Australian. Maybe it's being funny. Maybe, I don't know. Shrimp on the barbie. Dallas, Texas. Beautiful state. I love Texas. Is so I don't know, you just feel like an American. It's like people are so proud of themselves and say, and look, I know that's not everybody, Beast. Everybody's got their fucking low lives. But it's a state that cares. And I'll tell you what, they have got some really good food in Texas. I'm thinking being from New Orleans, we got all the best food. It's not true. I ate really good food in Missouri. And some barbecue. I blew my mind how good this barbecue was. And we even went to eat at a little place near the jiu-jitsu seminars. It's like this, I don't know what you call it, like a little small town restaurant, like a wooden building. Food was phenomenal. They got to see the Amish. Yeah. I was in Dallas last year, and I had some pretty damn good food. I had some good Japanese, really good. That's one thing New Orleans doesn't have is great Japanese food. Believe it or not. There's like 2 places that I can think of off the top of my head. In a particular area I live in, they finally opened up a decent, I just got out the shower. I comb my beard, but as it dries, it's going to bush up. So y'all just going to have to deal with that. I got my appointment Friday. Go get it cleaned up. This is just what we're dealing with for now. Yeah. I went to, what did I eat? I went to a steakhouse in Dallas, Japanese, and a regular little hamburger joint, which the hamburgers are really good. I love hamburgers. I try not to eat them too often, but I love them, especially a good burger. So anyway, I'm going to have a fashion guru in. So I want to start advertising, and I definitely want y'all to come and look, guys. If you have questions, get them ready, because this guy is going to answer your questions. He also has a service where you pay him and he coaches you through fashion. He gets you a wardrobe, everything. Like, he takes care of all the legwork. If that's something you're interested in. If not, at least pop in. You can take some notes. You can ask him questions. He can answer your questions. And you'll see why when you meet this guy. He's solid. He has a TED Talk he's done about fashion. Like, he's legit. Youth crime is in the rise in Australia. Yeah, because a lot like America, they're being liberalized and westernized like that, taking away rights and stuff. And what that does is takes away the ability for people to protect themselves, and it destroys the nuclear family. Crime is pretty, it depends on where you go. It's mostly the liberal run cities, Chicago, New York. New Orleans is getting better. We just elected a Republican. The mayor of New Orleans was golly, it's horrible. It's like they had a lady, there was this rash of they had this young gang who was in a rash of carjackings. From 13 to 15 years old. And they were just carjacking every night, like record-breaking numbers of carjackings. So if you go to New Orleans, it's like uptown New Orleans. Anywhere in New Orleans, you can be in a hood, and then 2 blocks later, you're around $1 million, $2 million lohomes, just like that. And they have the Warehouse District, the French Quarter area, the Bywater, Marigny, 9th Ward, Lower 9th Ward, 7th Ward, Mid-City, like the way it's all laid out. And if you go, there's this area called Lakeview, which is just, eventually it turns right back into the hood if you go down one street. And there was a rash of carjackings. One kid got caught. The lady was showing up for the trial when he was being when he was being tried. And the mayor came and sat in. So the lady's thinking the whole time. This lady was taken by gunpoint. They took her car, threatened to kill her, and took her car. And of course, it's a single mom household whose kid didn't do anything wrong. He's a good kid and all this. He's really not. The single mothers are mostly failures, especially in the lower income communities. They just don't care. They don't raise. Women are not made to raise men, and this is why, because this is what happens. Then, so the lady looks and sees the mayor sitting in the courtroom. So she's thinking the mayor's coming in to show support for finally getting to the gang of people who are doing these horrific carjackings, just like an epidemic. It was probably anywhere from 5 to 10 per night. For months, this was going on. And, well, the mayor was, oh, yeah. I remember I went through a bad part of Missouri. You can drive less than 1 hour. Be in a nice suburban area. Good thing is it was easy for me to leave the hood. Yeah. And it's unfortunate for people who are not in a position to get themselves out of that environment. Because your environment is like the first thing, if you want to do is to make a change, is change your environment. That's just the way it is. You're going to absorb your environment. So the mayor is in the court hearing. Well, the lady thinks she's there to support the arrest of the young man. Well, the news goes up there. Local news goes and interviews her outside of the courthouse because this kid was finally caught, one of the gang. So they're going to try to topple the whole gang. The mayor is being interviewed, and she says, we love you, came to show you support for your citizens. And she says, no, I came to support this poor young man, the thief, the carjacker, who's already at 15 had a lengthy criminal record. Yeah, you heard that? True story. LaToya Cantrell, I think she's under investigation to be indicted, just like pretty much every other mayor in New Orleans has. So, but yeah, New Orleans is always a dangerous city, but I've spent years and years and years in New Orleans. And, you know, if you want to stay out of trouble, don't go looking for trouble, because it'll find you. I've never had well, yes, I have had a violent encounter. Twice I had a gun pulled on me and robbed at gunpoint. One of them, I was somewhere I didn't belong, and that's what I got. One of them I wasn't. But I've been in fights and stuff, but the mayor basically sends a message: if you do crime, typically you won't get much time. So that's exactly what it was, a revolving door. I mean, you're talking about they letting the caseloads were so big, murderers are walking out on released on your own recognizance bails. Sterling, look who's back. Good to see you. Sterling, where you from? Everybody's dropping a home check. Where are you from, Sterling? Went on a date last week and we almost had sex. Congratulations, dude. How was the date? Aside from almost getting you a piece, how was it? And give me a brief synopsis on maybe why sex didn't happen, which is okay. Tell me a little bit about it. But congratulations. How are you doing this week, by the way? Went well for a bit. What do you mean for a bit? What happened? Where did it go wrong, brother? First off, where did you go for the first date? What did you do? Yeah, so the crime is I think any place that's liberal run, like the whole country of Australia has been stripped of their gun rights. It's becoming a more and more socialist type atmosphere, which they're trying to do in this country in America. Anyway, you have liberal run cities, you're typically going to see higher crime. Like take Chicago, for instance. That place is out of control and violent. Now we have all these illegals coming in that are fresh out of prisons, been let out to come here. Like, we have criminals running around we don't know anything about yet. Supposedly this new gang from Venezuela, like they finally did away with the, she probably said she was a single mom, so she had the Irish exit, going to the bathroom and never coming back to the table. It happens. Let's see, here we go. Give us the scoop, Sterling. We picked up the place in time, picked her up. I took her to dinner. Conversation went well, although she bought the most expensive entree. Well, dude, when you take a girl out to eat, come on, Sterling. I mean, that shouldn't be a constraint. I eat well. When I go out to eat with people, I always assume I'm going to pay. With a girl, well, if I ask a woman out on a date, I'm paying. There's no two ways about it. Maybe when you start dating a little bit and she wants to treat you to something, of course you allow her to do that. And there's another reason behind that. But we'll get into that kind of stuff on the Patreon. I can't really go over that on YouTube. But yeah, so if she lets loose and has a good time, that shouldn't be a constraint. That shouldn't even be a thought. If you're going out to spend the money on a date, you should have enough to comfortably cover the date and both enjoy yourselves. I'm not totally against you as she bought the most expensive thing, because that could come across as a bit impolite or disrespectful, bad manners. But chicks these days, dude. Amen, brother. Amen, Bryden. Bryden, where you from? Sterling, you never did tell me where you're from. Yes, I'm deeply concerned about this. And this is, a lot of the stuff is being uncovered. I don't know if y'all ever watch Sean Ryan podcast. If not, you should. He's exposing a lot of this. Yes, this is the not only the sexualization of our children, the lack of consequences for sexual SA. There's no words I'm not supposed to say and I forget. So we'll call it SA. I think y'all know what it means, like the big R, being raped. And self-deletion is another word, another term for ending your life. Washington, I think you went over that already. And yes, it's the lack of penalties and the lack of consequence that comes with it. Now they're trying to make these laws even more lenient in California. Like over 13 is a misdemeanor. Come on. That is sick. That our kids are so unsafe and unprotected. Yet these chomos who do this to these children, who terrorize these kids, get more protection and less jail sentences than drug offenses. And they're protected, because I'm telling you firsthand, those people don't do well. They don't have a good life. And nobody's got a good life in prison, but that's brutal for them. And they've actually taken certain prisons out west and turned them into safer places for the chomos, for the kitty diddlers. Can't understand that. Makes me sick to my stomach. It truly does. A great point. Back to Sterling. We went drinking after. I didn't drink much because I drove, but she was getting tipsy and invited me back to her place to watch. Great. That's okay. Perfect. One place to the next. And you see, guys, this is why I say, when you set a date, don't just have one thing to do. Line up 2, 3, even if there's time for a fourth at the tail end, line up a few dates, a few activities within the date. I don't drink, but I encourage guys who do. Obviously, don't drink like an alcoholic. You don't want to do that. And don't destroy yourself. But if you can maturely and sensibly have a few drinks, drink. Sex fuel. Like, you can get a lot accomplished with a buzz. You know, it loosens up the atmosphere, kind of frees the inhibitions, loosens up that frontal lobe, but it also puts you in a position to be a dumbass. So you got to watch how much you drink. And of course, do not, under any circumstances, if she's inebriated or stumbling and slurring, don't have sex. That is a potential for the big R. And if something goes wrong and she decides that she made a mistake or, feels bad that you did that and feels cheap, she could have you locked up. I've heard it happen. So anyway, all right, you went back to watch a movie. What happened after that? I wish I had a way to just bring you on here, Sterling. Tell us what else. Give us the, it sounds great so far. Dinner, drinks, movie back at her place. Dude, when a chick invites you back to her place, watch in the bedroom. Oh, well, you're overthinking it. It sounded like it went well. So you fell asleep. You're just tired. Don't think nothing of it. Wait, y'all in her bedroom after a wash? How long were y'all up before you fell asleep? Yeah, sounds like a good date to me. Get to eat and have a couple of drinks and take a nap. I don't see the problem. But look, guys, you got to understand, 45 minutes to an hour. Well, it's not bad, dude. I mean, did y'all make out or anything? Was there any touching, or were you just like sitting there with your hands on your lap or in bed far apart? I mean, she had to have been laying on you. But still, look, guys, when a woman invites you back to her home and invites you indoors into her bedroom, that's the green light, buddy. But you got to understand, okay, we didn't make out. Now we're starting to see, the stories unfolding. So you didn't make out. With this, let me get back to what I was saying. If she invites you to her house, back to her place, more so into her bedroom, into her bed, she's pretty much giving you it's going to happen. Like, we're banging, but you have to do it. You have to initiate that. You have to make the move. You have to give her plausible deniability. So when she goes back and tells her friends when they say, how'd the date go? But look, don't take this as we'll get to that. I'll get to this in a second. Don't take this as a criticism directly, because I'm not criticizing. I'm just critiquing. So when she goes back to tell her friends, when they ask, well, how did the date with Sterling go? Say, well, she smiles and they're like, girl, no, you didn't. So yeah, well, it just happened. That's what she wants to say. It just happened. That's all. That's all they need is the plausible deniability. If she has given you that path into her bed, I mean, that's pretty much that's a slam dunk, dude. She wants to have sex. But you have to be the one to lead the interaction. You have to be the one to kiss, touch, flirt, pull her in, slowly escalate. They're not like us. We're an on-off switch. We're going to get to the rest of this, Sterling, because I need you. I'm going to chew your ass a little bit about the next thing. It's for you. Women are not light switches like we are. We just need somewhere to stick it, right? All we can do is like what we see and get busy. That's not how women work. They need to be warmed up. It's like turning the volume up, like a volume knob on a stereo, or the dimmer on a light switch. When you turn the music on, you don't just go whap and slam the volume. You blow the speakers. Same thing for women. They need to be slowly taken up. You have to escalate. A little kissing, a little touching, a little touching and kissing and rubbing at the same time, and back off and go back in and do it again. Go a little further next time and a little further. And the next thing you know, you're both naked on the bed and she's getting the magic wand. And that's how you want it. So not only have you proven yourself as being a sure, confident man that you can comfortably lead her, she feels safe, she's attracted, and she has an out. It was your fault. Sex is always the man's fault. Always. And I'm not saying you're never going to come across a girl who's like, hey, you want to fuck? Like, it happens, but not as often as you having to slowly lead a girl into that. And this is something that would be more suitable. The details that go into that process is more suitable for Patreon, which is why I'm opening one. I just need some more commitments. I apologized for being awkward back at her place. I told her I was a virgin. Yeah, Sterling, first off, what are you apologizing for? Never apologize. She probably didn't even notice that. And there's no reason for you to tell a girl on the first date that you're a virgin. There's no reason for you to say that at all. Yeah, that's some pretty deep stuff. That's not something you share out the gate. And that's something if y'all start getting involved and you start having these longer conversations in person, not on the phone, not over text message, face to face at her place, somewhere's out, your place, in person. So y'all guys want to use the phone and stay on the phone for hours and have these text exchanges back and forth all day. Don't do that shit. First off, you shouldn't even have time to play text message with a girl all day long. Chicks do that shit. Teenagers do that shit. The text, the phone is for logistics. Text is for setting dates. The phone is for setting dates only. Like when you think of sales, have you ever bought a car over the phone? Have you ever purchased anything over the phone in an agreement? No, you show up in person, get a feel for the situation. Then you start talking, then you start wheeling and dealing and having that exchange. There's some emotions involved and some body language and some context and some tonality. That needs to be present. And don't think there aren't women out there that'll use you as a pen pal or a phone buddy or a text buddy while they're getting their attention and emotional needs met. And then think about it. If you're spending all your time talking on the phone to a woman and telling her all kind of different things and asking all these questions, what the fuck are you going to talk about when you get on a date? You're going to repeat the same stuff you talked about on the phone? Do the talking, the bonding in person. That's where you build that connection. Actually, the connection is built in the space, but you're setting up that connection, that bond. This is where attraction is displayed. You get on a text message, eventually you're going to say something stupid. So here's a little tip I use for texting. Oh, no, do not, Sterling. Matter of fact, I didn't get a DM from you. Go to your phone right now. Pick up your phone, go to my Instagram, and send me a message right now before the show's over. Yeah. That's my Instagram. You don't need to talk about that with her. She's not your therapist. She is not your coach. She's nothing. She is a girl. You don't go to women with your problems. That's breaking the chain of command, buddy. You take that shit uphill. She comes to you, you come to me. That's how it works. You don't have an Instagram, but I can make one. Yeah, it's real easy. It takes like 5 minutes to set up, literally. Right, DT? Can't you set up an Instagram quick? So, never apologize. What are you apologizing for? Apologizing comes across as weak. Right, Sterling is none of her business. You have nothing to apologize for. You took her out. Like, why would you be apologizing? You initiated a date. You took her out. You took her to dinner. You took her for some drinks. What is there to be sorry about? Don't feel sorry for being awkward. You know, it's not every time you show up, you're going to show out. You should most of the time, though. This is why we need to talk. But never apologize. Like, don't do the, she probably was. She probably was expecting sex. Still, you don't apologize for that. Pretend like you don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. You don't show that weakness. No, why would you owe her an explanation for that? Get her next time and don't even dwell on it. Don't think about it. So what? Tell her, well, you fell asleep. Should have stayed up. I was going to tear it up too. Don't take that shit so seriously. Yeah, Ace, none of her business. And you certainly don't tell her about this pornography thing. Absolutely not. All right. Anybody else? Quiet King, Triple H, what you got going on? Well, I got some time here for questions, fellas. If not, I'm just going to go on the topic and run with it. Sterling, we need to work together, brother. Being able to exchange, get them to we're not going to be able to get deep into what needs to be looked at and talked about over an hour-long live stream with other people. I hope you as much as I can. But look, hey, thank you for telling us that. That was cool. You know, I'm glad you went on a date. Don't be apologetic, dude. Don't be apologetic ever. And don't mention the virgin thing anymore. It's unnecessary. I think a green flag is one if they respect and like nature and animals. Yeah, I agree. I like women who enjoy nature. I also look at how they treat people. I like to see how they treat the service people, the waiters, the waitresses, the cashiers, people who are socioeconomically in a lesser position, and service industry people. Is she polite? No, you're right. And any person grounded in nature and who's grounded and has a healthy relationship with animals is always a good person to me. Somebody said, I don't like dogs. That's a huge turn off for me. I can't be getting down with them. I don't understand that. And nature, I mean, that's where you go to really connect and reset. And that's where you really go to find the answers. So, yeah. But yeah, how they treat service workers, service industry workers, bartenders, servers, waitresses, waiters, all these people. Is she polite? You should do a video about working on fitness, important topic, and self-improvement would fit your channel. I will. I have brushed on it. I have videos about that. If you go into my library and see my videos, I have a few in there about that. And if you work with me, the first thing we do is get you in shape. That's the very first thing my clients do that is put to test. Like before we get off the phone, there's a list of things that we need to agree upon. And your first homework assignment is to go sign up for a gym and commit. And I'll even help you write the workouts. It's vitally important for your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being. Fitness and working out. Our bodies are not made for what we use them for these days. Sitting in chairs all day, sitting in front of TVs and video games. We're men. We're designed to go create, to conquer, to challenge, to overcome, to solve problems, to protect, provide, all these action words that are expected of men. That's how we're built. There's a reason why you get that urge to do that. There's a reason why you get the urge for sex. There's a reason why you get the urge and you get this sense of aggression when it comes time to confront somebody who's disrespecting you. Or some people are so beaten down that they get the opposite of the urge to protect themselves and they want to cower. That's because there's untapped this natural, the biological design has been suppressed for so long, and you start going the opposite way. That's why you see these doughy ass looking men. Um, that's where that comes from. And this is why you get men with mental health issues and depression and pornography addictions, because they're so from the time you're born, men and women are different. And there's a lot of similarities in, infancy, toddlers, adolescence. As you get older, you distinguish more and more the different sexes. And so what they do now, like in schools, like the first thing you do is they send a little boy off to this place where he's got to sit still. And then especially public schools. I mean, they have other schools that you got to pay for a lot of money to accommodate, a personal learning style. And little boys, we meant out there touching things and running. Like, we have energy. We have aggression and aggressive energy stored up that needs to be exhausted. We need an outlet, a physical outlet. And it used to be recess. Little boys would go out there, take our shirts off. We'd play tackle the man with the ball, play on the monkey bars. We'd wrestle, we'd fight, whatever we did. And when you go back to class, you're a little more calm, you're a little more focused and in tune with the lessons. And now they want to put these little boys in chairs and turn them into little default little girls. And what they do is now they drug kids up and shame them for being little boys who can't sit still for 8 hours in a desk, listening to some person ramble on about some boring ass shit. And so they want to shame men from the time they're little. And it's always in comparison to the girl in a class who sits still and learns and pays attention and who's focused. And she's eager to please the teacher. As soon as the question's asked, the little girl's hand goes. Typically, the teacher's pet's a girl. Typically, the ones with a higher GPA in those younger years are girls, because they have that ability. They're born like that. Men are not. And so you're constantly shamed from the time you're a little boy. Oh, you're too aggressive. You're too hyper. You need to concentrate. Look how good Cindy is. Cindy sits here all class. She's a good girl. You're a bad boy. And then they send you off to a doctor and says, oh, he can't keep still and concentrate. Say, oh, well, since here, give him these drugs. Give him some methamphetamine. Not a question is, how is he eating? Is the kid full of sugar and chemicals and processed food? Does he get the proper amount of exercise? Does he have a physical outlet? Oh, wait, he can't sit still in a chair for 8 hours, listen to teachers ramble on, doing a lot of listening and sitting still and focusing and concentrating. There must be something wrong. You're a bad boy. Take this medicine. I had a friend, I swear, would fuck yes, cage beast. That's it. It's my whole point. But you see, we are hardwired differently for everything. But the difference is the little girls are complimented. The little boys are shamed. That's what they do in these days. It used to be a little boy could go out and play. And when I was growing up, we had an hour for recess. We had a little 15-minute. This is before middle school, before we had gym class. Like in middle school, we had, you had your lunch recess, and depending on what hour you went to gym was either before or after lunch, but you had a whole hour of gym, physical education, and an hour for recess. In elementary school, we had one big lunchtime recess and two little recesses. There's like 20 to 30 minutes or so throughout the day where everybody went. You run around, you get hot and sweaty, you burn off some of that energy. You come in, you're more focused, you're better behaved. But the doctors don't ask that anymore. Matter of fact, they've completely done away with recess, physical activity for these little kids. They've done away with it. When my little boy, I want to call he's 21, shit. When my son went to middle school, they didn't have recess. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Like they canceled recess. And so instead of asking the questions, well, does this young man have a healthy physical outlet? Is he involved in sports? Does he do anything at home? Does he go outside? Does he play? Does he ride his bike? Or is he eating a decent diet? Of course, you're a little kid. They're not going to make you eat organic fruits and vegetables you can have a little candy now and then. But today's food is so full of poison and chemicals and just pure junk. Like, our food isn't even food. Like, do you understand the ingredients in today's food from big food industries? Some of those are petroleum byproducts. Some of these are known cancer agents. But no, they medicate kids, turn them into zombies. Robots, they literally just shut your brain down. They take your original jovial, enthusiastic personality and just suck it out of you. And they rewire your fucking brain with methamphetamine. They put kids on methamphetamine. Think about that. Ed, what's up, man? Glad to see you back. Where you from, Ed? We've been asking that. So yeah. Then as you grow up, it used to be the importance of physical fitness was just already written in the books. It was an unsaid thing that men did. And they don't do that anymore. Our bodies were not meant to be this sedentary. It used to be like, you don't understand the therapeutic value and the problem solving capacity when you walk. Forward motion. And that is derived from when we were nomadic people. So you'd pack up the village, have to pack the horses and mules and all this stuff, and you had to move from one location to the next according to season, or where the buffalo herd was, or where the water was, or the season was changing and it was time to move. So as you're walking, left foot, right foot, moving forward, seeing things move past like this in this direction, that triggers the problem-solving part of your brain, because you had to pay such attention to what you were doing and where you were going and what you're going to do when you got there. So the whole time you're walking, you're solving problems, and this has become embedded in our DNA. This is our hindbrain, our evolutionary trait that exists in humans. So just the act of walking puts you, and what it does is takes that clustered up nonsense that's embedded in your brain from social media and TV and gossiping and all this kind of stuff. That walking filters out all that useless shit bouncing around and puts you into critical thinking mode. So now you're solving problems. You're right here as you're walking forward, and your brain just automatically starts solving your problems without even thinking about it. The important things come to the front, because that's how it was when we were nomads. So just walking, but yes, hold up, I'm looking for another. So, and how fitness and getting in shape and physical transformation apply to what I do is, so here's the thing. If you want to get in shape and you want to stay in shape, you have, I say have to, yeah, I'm safe. Fuck it. You have to. Ed, I don't know if you're trolling again, but if you start that shit, I will kick you. You won't ever be allowed back on here again. Look, dude, if you're not going to come here and be a part of this team and what's going on in this community, it's men helping men. If you come here because you got nothing better to do, then you're welcome to leave. Because if you keep that shit up, I'm going to boot your ass and you'll never come back here again. And if you ain't got nothing better to do to troll groups, I was very patient with you last week and respectful. And I expect the same here for me and all the people here. Anyway, So if you want to get in shape, you have to adopt. This comes along with the whole leveling up process, and developing your masculine core is absolutely is it's a process, and it requires work. Nothing, any quality change that you're going to institute into your life that's going to make a tangible difference is going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take sacrifice. Most importantly, it takes commitment, perseverance, discipline, grit. So here, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. When you working out when you decide you're going to make a physical transformation and you're going to start looking at yourself as a temple, you're more than just this body, just a sack of meat. Like there's something that exists in you that is created by the universe, by God himself. It was not designed to be a fat pile of shit or a weak pile of shit either. And you're going to commit to that. And what that requires you to do is, over time, apply those same principles: discipline, commitment, perseverance. You got to be disciplined to get in shape. You have to discipline yourself to go on the days when you do not feel like going. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Most days I don't feel like going to the gym, but I go anyway. You never been to the gym before. You don't need steroids. If you're older, but I don't think you're that old. That's if you're older and you have a testosterone deficiency and you're still eating right and have a healthy lifestyle and you still have a low T. And look, if you're older, in your mid 40s or something, and you want to go to a doctor and see about testosterone replacement therapy, that is great. I'm on testosterone replacement, and it's a winner. You know, your testosterone levels are your highest going through puberty, probably from 14 to 19 or 21 or something. Yeah, 27, you don't need that. Lifestyle will raise your testosterone. Diet changes your testosterone. You know what raises testosterone? Squatting heavy and bench press. Eating a good, healthy protein and fat meal. A steak. The protein and the fat content in the steak raises your testosterone, literally. Cholesterol. People think, oh, cholesterol is heart attacks. Cholesterol is a precursor for testosterone. And it's certain things that a guy your age may have. Yes, masturbating affects testosterone. It absolutely does. It lowers it, and it fucks with your head. Look, every now and then, if you want to rub one out, I have no problem with that. It's a chronic masturbators. But anyway, let me get on with my point that I was making. So, and then you have to, not only do you have to have the commitment, the discipline, the perseverance, the grit, the patience, the faith in the process. It takes time to transform your body. It'll probably take you 2 to 3 months to start seeing something happen. So that means you got to commit yourself to eating right, sleeping right, and training regularly. At least 2.5 months, which is not that long. All right, you go on, brother. Hold up, y'all. Now I got to stop the fucking show to kick this idiot. I don't even know how to do it. DT, are you on? I got it. Golly. Oh, Proud Masculine Jr. My son changed his name. I got him. That dude can't come back in here. I can't stand it. It's a troll. Like, what are these people? It's fucking woman-like behavior. Like, come into a group of men talking seriously about leveling up their lives and build a strong community, just to come in and mess with people. I can't identify with that. I don't see it's a part of what game. I'm not playing any games over here. It's serious shit. We'll have fun, but I'm not playing with anybody. Anyway, so you have to commit yourself to this process that you're going to do all kinds of work, hard work. When you don't feel like it, when it's cold, when it's rainy, when you need some sleep, when you're tired, when you're hungry, you have to go to the gym and work. And then maybe 3 months, you're going to see something noticeable change. And it's not even going to be as big as you think, but it's going to be something you'll notice. And so you have to commit to that process. And through the discipline, you stay true to the process. And through the perseverance, you push through the hard days. Then, through the grit, you suck it the fuck up and go anyway. And then you make sure you got to have the discipline to not eat the junk food late at night when you're tired. Or in your case, Sterling, delayed gratification. No jerking off. Do it. It takes discipline. And you got to trust and believe in this process that you really don't even know how it's going to come out. But if you listen to me, I'm going to tell you, I guarantee you, it'll change. Things will change. So you basically and you notice 6 months down the line, and this is when it really takes effect, is when a friend or a chick or somebody's like, damn, you've been working out? You look good. Oh, there it is. You're done. You're hooked. Or you're in the mirror one day and you're like, holy shit, what is this? Start seeing them shoulders and them pecs separating a little bit. Start seeing a six-pack pop out. Seeing them arms, some shadows on your shoulders right here. And you're hooked. And you take that same process, that same set of principles, and apply it to anything in your life, and you will get the exact same result. And this is why I use fitness and a physical transformation as the springboard to the beginning stages of leveling up your life. Everybody I've done it with who has stuck with the program and did exactly what I said to do and how to do it has had a marked difference in their lives. From the time we started, I love it when people call me a year later after we've worked together and thank me. And every now and then they'll send me a progress picture. Remember what I used to look like? Because, and then what you do is now you've built, not only have you changed yourself physically, have you learned to apply these principles into everyday life and to these things you want to achieve? So it just becomes part of you again. And then it's second nature. Then you just start doing that with everything by default. And see what you're doing is you're slowly changing your lifestyle. You're rewiring your brain. You're rewiring your biology. And you've built a set of circumstances that give you the evidence that you have what it takes to institute that change that you're looking for. You have the ability to get that girl, get that job, start that business, anything you want to go after. You apply the same exact thing over and over and over again every day. And there's other things that come with having a fit body. That's more than just, look, let's just be honest. I want to look good, so when I take my clothes off, I'm sexy. And that's it. I love being healthy, which I'm not always healthy. If I get in the jam and I'm pressed for time, I don't eat a chicken breast and rice and broccoli. Like I'm picking up a fucking sandwich somewhere at a barbecue place. Now, I don't eat fast food. No life trolls. What does that mean, Beast? Oh, no life. Yeah, like they have no life. Yeah, that's it. I ain't worried about that. I shouldn't even let that bother me. I should have just quietly booted him. I'm still getting used to all this technology, though, and how to operate this stuff. But yeah, that's part of life. You got trolls. You got people who troll in person, too. And that's where you really got to understand how to regulate and keep your emotions in check. Because those type of people live to get a reaction and live to disturb. Anyway, it signals a lot about a person when they're fit, when you're in good shape. You're more apt to be treated with greater respect. And it's been proven that you'll get picked for a job, for a position quicker than a person's out of shape will. It signals a lot to everybody. Men, women, friends, family. It communicates that you have self-respect, that you love yourself, that you have the ability to get shit done. When somebody sees a jacked guy, who's ripped and looks nice and has his shit together and walks with his chest up and his chin up, makes eye contact, firm handshakes, a slow, easy, cool walk, that you're not rushing anywhere for anybody because life's waiting on you. And the things that come to mind is that this guy's serious about himself. This guy cares about us. He respects and loves himself. He clearly has the discipline that we need. He clearly has the discipline. I trust this person. He knows what he's doing. Like all these underlying subconscious ideas come flowing in when just by the sight of somebody who's got a nice broad shoulders and a lean waist. And it does wonders for your self-esteem. Wonders. And so as you go on and you apply that same formula to everything else, you get the same exact result. You get progress. And it teaches you about delayed gratification. It teaches you about remaining disciplined, committed. Because anything you do that's going to be of quality that lasts, when you're going through this level up process, it takes an absolute decision and commitment to the process, which is not always going to go easy. You're going to have to trudge. When I first opened my business, I was broke for a year. Broke. That's right. Discipline overcomes motivation. Discipline trumps everything, dude. Discipline is freedom. You want to feel what it's like to be a free, sovereign man? Get discipline. Set standards for yourself and uphold yourself to them no matter what. When you feel like it, when you don't feel like it, motivation's good. Don't get me wrong. I love when I'm motivated. I mean, that's like a power boost where you're doing things that get you great results and you're excited about it. I'll take that all day. But the fact is it comes and goes. And most oftentimes than not, there's parts of this process to get to living your purpose and pursuing your dream, that there's things that are involved in the process that aren't fun, that aren't stimulating, that just need to be done. The little tedious, mundane things that have to be done. And that's where discipline comes in. You're doing it because it needs to be done and doing it like you love it. Doing it like your life depends on it, because it does. And you build this core resilience and confidence and strength that cannot be phased. And it takes time. It takes time to really internalize that. And so not only do you get the physical result where you get this outward visual result, you've essentially built a body of evidence to prove that you can. And then every time things get hard, I don't know. I don't believe that. Why would he ask what you're wearing on the stream? If he needed help, he would have already been in my messages or trying to set up a call for help. People who really need help, a lot of people need help, Beast. But if they don't want it, nothing's going to change. And I'm not going to allow my mission, my purpose, my community to be contaminated, feeling sorry for someone who doesn't want to do anything different with themselves. Look, I'm patient and I'm fucking compassionate and empathetic. So if I do away with you, you are he's earned that. There's so many ways you can ask for help. You don't have to come out like, help me. You can ask a sensible question or bring up a sincere concern. And if he truly needs help, he'll be in the stream next week behaving. Just conduct yourself. Treat other people with respect in here. We're not here to insult or, why would he ask you, what are you wearing, Cage Beast? I don't think that would help. I think that was a troll, personally. I hope not, but I was very patient with him last week, and I just not having it. I'm still on a path of putting this all back together, getting started with my brand back again. I have no time to waste. Only people who are serious about leveling themselves up and building a strong community do I want in here. If you want to lollygag and play, do that shit on your own time. And it's a little different if he was integrated in the community and he was a regular and he contributed some things, and you could kind of tell when somebody's joking and you could take it as humor. But he's done nothing but come here and made a disturbance. So that's all we're going to talk about with that. And if he's serious, he'll be back. So anyway, we're an hour and 6. Well, I'm glad. Look, Sterling. Go put that account together. Go open that Instagram account and shoot me a message. And for right now, till next week, I want you to come back and report to all of us that you didn't watch porn and you didn't masturbate. That's what you were able to do, your first step into proving yourself you got what it takes to become this man that you desire, a fully integrated masculine man in God's eyes on this planet, putting a dent in this universe. Start right there. One week. It's not that I'm against masturbation at all. Everybody rubs on out now and then. Sometimes it's just a form of self-care. Sometimes it's for your health. It's not good to hold semen in your body. You got to release that shit every so often. It's for your prostate health. 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something. Like if you can't sleep and you got a boner digging in your belly in the bed because you're sleeping upside down and you got to hurry up and get it out the way. Yeah, so what? But no porn, no masturbating for a week. And we'll pick up from there. In the meantime, create that account, write down this address at Proud Masculine, and DM me. And thank y'all, everybody, for coming again. Look, I'm really looking forward to next week. This guy is going to be a banger. So make sure y'all here next week. I'm going to start advertising this on Instagram. I'd really like if y'all shared it. If you have Instagram, follow me. And when I put the story up, or I don't know, I'd have to copy in it, huh? I'll tell you what, when you see the story, follow me. When you see the story, shoot me a DM and I'll make the story. I'll repost the story with your handle, and that way you can share it. I really want a lot of people in here, and he's probably going to have some people from his end, but I definitely want y'all to come. This is going to be a really good interview. I'm going to get a lot out of it. And I'm telling you, I'm not joking. Take notes, like absorb this stuff. This guy has a ton of value that he's going to come and share with us next week. So, thank everybody for coming in. Remember, you can donate to the channel. And Patreon's coming. I promise you. We're going to rock and roll in there. You're going to see. I just want some more commitments before I go through all the legwork. It's almost done. But I don't want to open it with just, well, I guess it wouldn't even hurt if I had just one person, huh? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to open a Patreon up by November. I'll have it up and running, access. Anybody who have access, it'll be a monthly subscription fee, not much at all. And what you're going to get is 2 sessions a month. We're going to have a private group and 2 sessions a month with us on a Zoom, where you can bring all your concerns. And I'm going to be putting more videos and talk about the deeper stuff, like Sterling applying to your dating and the sex and all. I'm going to put these in these Patreons, things that we can't really get into too deep in on YouTube. So thank y'all, everybody coming in. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, because I've also started putting out these pop-up live streams. You know, I drive a lot, I commute a lot, and I'm usually running busy all day, and I don't get to produce as much content as I would like. So I'm using that time and taking advantage of that time to do live streams now and then. So just hit that notification bell so you know when I'm on, you can pop in, or at least watch it later. So thank y'all, everybody, for coming in. Y'all have a great rest of your week. I'll see y'all next Wednesday. And we're out.